Yes, again, ladies and gentlemen, standing room only at Tropicana Lanes as Bud Light salutes the Bowling Hall of Fame, located right here, the cradle of bowling, in exciting St. Louis, Missouri. It's a special weekend where champions, Hall of Famers, industry leaders come together for a Salute the Champions #5 Gala Black Tie Dinner, and that's tonight. We're going to determine the Bud Light champion here, beginning very, very soon, and we'd like for you to meet the 5 finalists. And here they are in our very first game, Dave Arnold of Gilbert, Arizona. He'll go against, in the #4 position, the reigning PBA national champion, Ron Palombi Jr. of Erie, Pennsylvania. That winner will meet the PBA Player of the Year, Walter Ray Williams Jr. of Stockton, California. Next up, second-seeded Eugene McCune of Munster, Indiana. And then looking for his first title, our tournament leader, and his name is Andrew Neuer of MILTON, Pennsylvania. What a field. We are in a wonderful area of St. Louis, Richmond Heights, and my colleague was born and raised about a mile from here. There used to be vacant lots. Nelson Burton Jr., here he is.
You bet, Chris. Thank you very much. There's always been a nice area and a nice bowling center, and as usual, has produced high scores. Tropicana Lanes, the 5 finalists today, averaged 230 for the whole week long, so we expect a lot of good scores. Now, our tournament leader is the first left-hander we've had in that position and the first legitimate chance for a lefty to win in '94. But what has happened to the tournament leaders in '94? They're 0 for 4. What has been wrong? Pete Weber in Las Vegas, 1 bad frame. At the Quaker State, another bad frame. Walter Ray Williams Jr. all of a sudden misses a 10-pin, hands the tournament to Norm Duke. Chris, something to look forward to today. Can the tournament leader break the jinx? There'll be some good scores.
There really will, and the winner will get $30,000. 14 less for the runner-up, $9,500 for third, $7,500 fourth, and fifth place is $6,000. So, Ron Palombi is in the striped shirt on the right of your screen, and that is Dave Arnold. Won championship to his credit, while Palombi has won the United States Open and the PBA National. First shot, Palombi on the left lane. Elbow, strangely, our first shot.
The 2-8 probably gives it enough room, and it just kind of hangs out there. And really a tough spare to start a tournament with. We're bowling on synthetics lanes, and he has to get the ball right in here with the 2-pin and make sure the ball drives into the 8. Often a player will hit the 2 and the ball deflect around the 8.
To the right of center now. Come up. Okay, marking with a spare. This championship is underway. Mike Connor, the commissioner, is to the right of Palombi, the PBA. And now, tall, lanky Dave Arnold, 6'3", 165 pounds, a 30-year-old, 9-year PBA member. Last year, this splinter won the Sayville Leisure Open.
Dave Arnold with just a classic style, probably the finest young stylist on the Pro Tour today. 5-step delivery. Look at everything in perfect position. He's self-taught, but he has a textbook-type game. Look at that left arm pulling back. His right shoulder squares up, follows through directly to target. He starts with a strike.
So capturing the lead early now is Dave Arnold with his double. But Palombi is back up. He'll have a spare working. He'll be shooting in the second frame. Winner of this match will meet the great Walter Ray Williams Jr. Then on to Eugene McCune, and then to our tournament leader, Andrew Neuer. High hit, and we have a 3-6 on the right lane.
Ron Palombi with a solid style and a big loft over the foul line. Watch how he goes all the way through the shot. A very tall man. Good, solid release. Now he comes out with a big loft right over here. Look at, he's about 5 feet over the foul line. That delays the hook, but not quite enough this time as he drifts high and leaves the 3-6 cross lane. Has to avoid the chopping of the 3 off the 6.
Ron's fellow native of Erie, Pennsylvania, Bob Learn, won here a year ago, taking home the famed Anheuser-Busch Eagle. Defeated Ray Edwards last year. Now Palombi is that Pennsylvania city's hope for the title.
Palombi with a little monkey on his back. The last time he bowled on television, he bowled 144, and here's what he's playing. He's playing a pretty straight line right to the foul line. You're going to see that big loft come from right in that area as he plants his feet. Chris, he's going to be sweating bullets. As I said, 144. He bowled his last championship round TV appearance in Rochester, and now he's off to another bad start as he hits high and leaves the 7-10 split. He's going to move to the left. Here's what Roth did. This is what Palombi'd like to do. This was a decade ago. Bouncing the 10, out, knocking out the 7. Pretty good try.
So disappointed Ron Palombi. Trails by 25 now, and here's an opportunity for Dave Arnold to increase it to 35. 2 in a row, third frame.
Very simple style for Dave Arnold. Straight to the foul line, very symmetrical footwork, good solid follow through, very little hook.
And that, of course, 4-6-7 will get his attention.
Chris, what I see the players doing today is they're being a little tentative as you see Dave Arnold, everything in good position, but he doesn't throw the ball hard enough. You need a lot of speed on these lanes to keep the ball from breaking high and make it set up at the pocket. Both players have been soft in the early going.
So that decreases his lead to 10 pins over Ron Palombi. The unflappable Dave Arnold has his own way of relaxing off the lanes as well.
I like to read a lot of the older poetry, classical literature. It helps to keep my mind open when I'm off the lanes, and then when I come back on the lanes, it carries over, so it helps my bowling there too.
Leaving a 4-pin.
Kind of seeing the same type of ball reaction we saw at the Choice Hotel Classic in the first game last week. When the players miss to the right, the ball hooks high. When they pull it a little bit into the oil or heavier conditioner area on the lane, it slides by. Usually by the second game, that blends out and the scores pick up. Arnold, for an easy spare, he'll maintain a 10-pin lead.
We're at Tropicana Lanes in Richmond Heights, Missouri. Here in St. Louis, a popular spot is the Walk of Fame, featuring national celebrities born right here in St. Louis. Buddy Ebsen, Tina Turner, Yogi Berra, and of course, Betty Grable.
Bud Light, please.
Tonight's ladies' night, and there's a special on Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Oh, no, it's Ted from accounting.
I'm a 35-year-old father, and I love my kids. Cereal.
Brave adults express their feelings about life and their love for Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Anxiety, embarrassment, guilt. As far as I'm concerned, it's all part of a complete breakfast.
Those crunchy flakes, that delicious frosting. Isn't it time you put it all out on the table?
I know, it's embarrassing, even a little childish. And that's just the box.
There's no denying it. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
Introducing the official PBA sweatshirt, not available in any store. Order now by calling this number. For just $19.99, you'll get a full-cut, fruit-of-the-loom sweatshirt bearing the official emblem of the PBA Tour, the only one of its kind. Choose either white or gray. We can't guarantee you'll get a strike every time you put this on, but we can guarantee you won't find the official PBA sweatshirt anywhere else.
And don't forget to order a spare.
Call 1-800-214-4200 to order your PBA sweatshirt. Pay just $19.99 plus $3.95 shipping and handling. Credit card orders accepted.
Nearing the halfway point of our first game in the Bud Light Hall of Fame Championship here at Tropicana Lanes, trailing by 10 after an open frame, shooting in the 4th, Ron Palombi. First strike of this first match. Ron Palombi was quoted in the local newspaper saying, "I don't want to bowl in the first game." Here was his thinking.
Well, all I meant was going into the last game last night, I knew if I bowled a great game, I could qualify as high as second. As it turned out, I did bowl a great game, but only scored a 207, and I still missed Walter Ray in third place by 1 pin, so I was a little disappointed.
But here he is. And tied up. Instead leaves the 2-4-5.
I think the hardest thing to do under pressure is to wait for the ball. And Ron waited for it that time, but he actually made an adjustment off a poor shot he threw in the third frame where he went high. He needs to get the ball right between the 2 and the 5 and carry out the 4. Easy spare to make, but you got to avoid chopping the 2-4 off the 5. This man is a good spare maker. He can use it right here.
Smoked that one down the synthetic lane to make sure. And now Dave Arnold has a spare up shooting in the 5th frame. Gilbert, Arizona. 15-8 in match play. Here's a man that had 7 300s last year. That's his real 300, his pretty wife, Carolyn.
Chris, if I asked almost anybody in the world to name the top 5 computer-ranked players in the world, they would say, of course, players like David Ozio, Walter Ray Williams Jr., and Parker Bone. But do you know that Dave Arnold is ranked number 5 in the world, and hardly nobody knows him? He's got a very unassuming attitude, and he needs to be more assertive on the lanes. He's coming right through here, almost a perfectly straight shot, good, solid lift. Watch this form. This is something to emulate.
He bowled in every tournament last year except one, a total of 35 in 52 weeks. That's work.
Here we go. We see that good form and just not the perfect trajectory. He goes a little wide. Remember I said those first 3 or 4 boards are dry, and there's oil around the 7th or 8th board, and right now that's that fine line that every player has to contend with when the match is in the early going.
Nice job. Stuck a little to the line, gave it a long, hard look. He'll remember that. And now up is Palombi, spare, shooting in the 6th frame. 10 pins separating these 2 pros.
65 degrees outside and even warmer on the lanes as you see Palombi perspiring. 6th frame.
What a day for Ron Palombi.
Well, the touring players call this lane condition over-under. There's an extreme amount of oil in the center of the lane, and there's a very dry area to the right. And what they have to do is get the ball to the right of the 3-pin over the 6, a very tough shot. Drive the 3 into the 4. The 4 has to take out the 7. Palombi would love to have that conversion right here.
All but one of the 3, 4, 6, 10. It was a 7. Darn.
What a bad break. He just nicks the 3. The 3 actually misses the 4 going by. It rebounds off the sideboard and doesn't cake out the 7th. An excellent shot for Palombi, but he receives no reward. He trails by 26 pins, 7th frame.
Another 4.
Well, the player at home would say, well, why does he play out in that dry area where the ball's hooking too much? If you get any oil to the left of the ball will slide all the way down the lane, have no hitting power and very little control. So basically what you have to do is keep it in play like Palombi did on that last shot and just hope for a good break and not lose touch in this match. He only trails by 26. He can come back.
So, trailing by 26. You know, St. Louis has some wonderful architecture, like the Science Center, which offers visitors more than 600 free exhibits. Why don't we take a peek inside?
Jim Fansler's cold won't give him a minute's rest. but he's about to break free with an effervescent rush of relief. Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime. It speeds powerful medicines to free your breathing, relieve your runny nose, soothe your aches, and quiet your cough so you can rest, all without alcohol. Nothing rushes relief like Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime.
Splitfire earned a United States patent. Splitfire doesn't look like any other spark plug. And the patented Splitfire doesn't work like any other spark plug.
5 extra horsepower by merely installing these plugs. Quicker in the quarter mile. A 4.8% gain in mileage.
There's nothing like a Splitfire. You'll get more power and more mileage, or your money back. Get the guaranteed Splitfire advantage at leading automotive stores from coast to coast.
Pac-10 powers meet when UCLA invades Arizona or Georgia battles LSU. It's Pizza Hut College basketball next on ABC.
This is coverage of the Bud Light Hall of Fame Championship, Tropicana Lanes, suburb of St. Louis, Richmond Heights. Dave Arnold in the lead by 26, now shooting in the 8th frame of the first game. Spare working. His opponent is Ron Palombi. Okay, we welcome as our on-the-approach reporter, many-time champion, great guy, Del Ballard.
Hi. Walter Ray, how does it feel to have your own TV show now?
Feels pretty good, Del.
Well, you know, I'd like to be a guest star on this show one time, you know, get a little TV exposure, too.
Well, I don't know about that. Every time you get on TV, you beat me.
Oh, I think it's going to be tough today, though, that's for sure.
Okay, Del and Walter Ray. Walter Ray, 3 of the first 5 telecasts Del was referring to, and it's his 62nd overall today.
Well, Chris, this is just kind of ugly. Both these players are a little tentative, and they keep throwing it in the dry area. And there's really only one way to skin a cat like this, and that's just throw it real hard at the 1-3 pocket. Neither one of these players have attempted that shot. And right now, Dave Arnold has to think, what do I want to do on this? He looks at the scoreboard. What he's going to try to do is hit the 6 pin on the right side, have the 6 deflect off the 9, and into the 4-7 zone. It's makeable, but tough.
Another open frame here in our very first match. Really a tough one for both pros.
Boy, does he bring Ron Palombi right back in the match. Palombi completely lost. All he has to do is lean on it a little bit here, get a double, and he'll only trail by 2 pins as we head to the 10th frame. Let's see what happens.
How did that happen?
Well, Chris, we talked about the balls being too strong for the pins, and once again, we get a solid 9. Here you go. Watch the trajectory of this ball. By far, Palombi's best shot, and he doesn't get rewarded. The ball hits the 1-3, does not respect the 5 pin. The 5 goes to the right of the 9. It's not designed to do that. We'll talk about the pins later and a little resolution that the PBA has made this week about heavier pins.
Okay, tonight on ABC, be on board for one of the funniest flights ever. All ready for takeoff? It's Airplane on the Saturday night movie, then Ernest Borgnine, guests on the Commish, all tonight on ABC.
Match game competition. Obviously, we don't keep averages on the Pro Bowlers Tour for money. And right now, Palombi has a chance to bail out this match despite having just 1 strike. 9th frame.
Ron Palombi with a key shot. You know, he won 5 tournaments in the first 8 years on tour. Then he had a pickup accident head on and was out for a long time. Came back, won the PBA National, and here he is today again.
Arnold, as he gets up in the 9th, can shut out Palombi, but he has to throw strikes. Coming up in the 10th, right now, Dave Arnold needs a strike and 8 spare to lock up the match. He has struggled on this lane. He can't afford an open. So what do? You go back, you go for a little extra speed and a real long follow-through. Watch this fellow's follow-through. That's a good trick. Reach way out over the line to delay the hook. Let's see what happens. Match is in hand.
10.
Good shot. Doesn't get the kick on the 10. Right now he's spare. Strike would be 161. He'd make Ron Palombi throw 2 strikes to win. He still has to make the spare here, though. If Dave Arnold strikes, as his wife Carolyn looks on, will force Palombi to get 2 strikes in 4.
Carolyn and Dave, Natalie 7 weeks, Alexander 20 months old. .181 for Dave Arnold of Gilbert, Arizona.
Ron Palombi made his best shot of the match in the 8th frame on this lane. Right now he has to make 2 more, 2 strikes to win. Needs this one. He's got the first one. He needs 1 more.
Defensive, Dave Arnold.
Palombi looks at the scoreboard. He must strike on this ball. Strike and 4 pins. Anything less than a strike, and he cannot win.
Calling for a re-rack. Good idea.
Yeah, collect his thoughts. He's a very focused player. Remember when he won the national championship, he didn't even know the score, but he knows the score this time. He knows he must strike this ball.
And Ron Palombi back in Erie will be jumping for joy.
Four pins and automatic. Just keep it on the lane. He won't even mess with that outside line. It's going to be Ron Palombi against Walter Ray Williams Jr. in match 2.
Beautiful striking out, 188, a 7-pin victory. This ABC Sports presentation of the Professional Bowlers Tour will continue after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
I don't need some fancy cologne to tell me I'm a man. I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy. Don't you think? Skin Bracer Aftershave.
By Menon.
Would you get me a towel? Honey!
Out of paper towels? To a robber, there's something even more repelling you can hang on your wall. In Greek mythology, the gift of fire cost Prometheus his liver. All we're asking is $8.88.
True value. Help is just around the corner.
Question. If your cold pill's so good, how come your symptoms keep coming back? Because your pill doesn't work 24 hours. Epidac 24 does. Most cold pills last 6 hours, the rest 12. One Epidac gives consistent relief 24 hours. Epidac keeps cold symptoms from coming back.
Saturday, they're flying on a wing and a prayer.
Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me.
With everything stacked against them.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
They're the crew of Airplane, part of America's comedy team. Saturday.
How much would you pay to attend the Winter Olympics? On the next American Journal, greedy businessmen are taking advantage of Americans going to Norway. And our undercover camera shows you how they're raking in fat profits.
Now, American Journal's trip to Lillehammer exposes the ripoffs. I'm Nancy Glass. That's just one of the stories worth watching on the next American Journal.
That's Monday at 7 on WHTM.
For the discriminating viewer, we offer an entertaining alternative.
What do people with good manners never do?
A program produced with high standards.
Tell me something one person does that might aggravate everyone else in the room.
And presented with dignity and good taste.
There's something Freudian there.
So go first class. Watch The Feud. Join the fun this week at 7:30 on WHTM.
Join Lisa Goff for 27 News at 6 o'clock.
The Pro Bowlers Tour, brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. Kellogg's, with good taste, nutrition, and value. The best to you each morning from Kellogg's. And True Value Hardware Store. Help is just around the corner.
It was a long first game for both professionals. Ron Palombi struck out to win by 7. He had 5 strikes, 188 to 181. Gala week and weekend it is here in the St. Louis area. Salute to champions enter tonight this championship, and during the week there was another Bud Light Hall of Fame championship, and in it our colleague Nelson Burton Jr., a true Missouri connection with his partner in this mixed doubles Pro-Am competition, Loretta Schwartz of St. Joseph, Missouri. This is a championship match, and here's Loretta's effort helping her partner Nelson Burton Jr. Oh, beautiful strike. Now here's William Bell, whose partner is Pat Costello. Costello, the professional, of course, and Bell, the amateur. Here's Pat. Look at that form. And look at that result. Well, William Bell and Pat Costello went on to defeat Bo and Loretta, 15,000, and the runner-up 8,000, as we see Kevin Card of Bud Light and Carl Morton, president of the Hall of Fame, with the check. Professional Bowlers Tour continues now into the second game. Player of the Year. Incredible. Walter Ray Williams, Jr. Third telecast in 5 weeks. One in Las Vegas.
Well, he made a bad mistake last week missing the 10-pin, but knowing Walter Ray, he just kind of blows it off and comes on to the next week, and obviously bowled very well. He's in 3rd place, but Palombi is zeroed on this right-hand lane. If he can hit the left-hand lane, he's going to give Walter all he can handle.
10-pin on that right lane that was kind to him in his 188 to 181 victory.
Ron from a bowling family. His dad, Ron Sr., a 200 average bowler. His mother, Linda, a 160 average league bowler in Erie, Pennsylvania, where we'll be later on in the year for the flagship City Open. Ron for the 10-pin.
And the collector of comic books, Ron Palombi, with a spare. Tomorrow, ABC Sports presents an exciting regional doubleheader. The 7-Up Shootout. Game 1 begins at 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. North Carolina State invades ACC rival Duke, or Cincinnati takes on California. Then, Game 2, number 5, Louisville battles Temple, or in the Big 8, Missouri meets number 4, Kansas. Now, that's all tomorrow, right here on ABC Sports.
Pin in the channel and has to be removed. Actually, the rule states that if you throw a ball with a pin in the channel and either another pin or the ball hits it, it's considered 0 for that shot. So Palombi making a wise move, removing the pin. He's ready to go second frame, started with a spare.
All right. Gets that strike on that pesky left lane. Now Walter Ray opened with a strike, shooting in the second frame. It's some checkerboard shirt.
Watch the footwork of Walter Ray. He has a crossover step. He's very focused with his head, takes a 5-step delivery, and every step crosses over. See him left, right, right back in the target. And once again, look at the big loft. He's doing the same thing that Ron Palombi is doing, holding that hook back, and that time it worked. Walter made it set up. He started with 2 in a row.
3 now for Player of the Year. Last year he won 7. He had 4 seconds, 2/3, a 4th, and a 5th. Strike up, shooting in the 3rd. Can cut the lead to 10.
This stuff now. God.
Once again, the solid 9. And we said we'd tell you the resolution that the PBA Tournament Committee passed. They're looking into the possibility of using heavier pins with a lower center of gravity. And that's what you need. Look, this ball is designed to hit the 1, 3, hit the 5, and deflect into the 9. What we need is heavier pins. The balls are fine, the lanes are fine, but pros need a little more of an object to knock down. Chris, and what they voted to do, following up with that, is they're possibly experiment with 3 tournaments this summer with a heavier pin to see how the pros fare.
Good news.
Yeah, it'll be more of a reward for a good shot and more of a penalty for a bad shot, and that's what we need to reduce the luck element in the game. The grip of Ron Palombi. Big man, big hand, full grip, extends that index finger for better grip on the ball, just the index, the 2 fingers in the ball, and the heavy lift.
Beautiful sight. We're in Richmond Heights, Missouri, St. Louis. You know, it's spell of warm weather in the St. Louis area. It's brought out frozen dessert lovers for this special treat called cement. Well, frozen custard, by the way. All the servers you see are A students.
I'm a 35-year-old father, and I love my kids' cereal.
Brave adults express their feelings about life and their love for Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Anxiety, embarrassment, guilt. As far as I'm concerned, it's all part of a complete breakfast.
Those crunchy flakes, that delicious frosting, isn't it time you put it all out on the table?
I know, it's embarrassing, even a little childish. And that's just the box.
There's no denying it. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
Oh, hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Bob. How's it going, man?
How's it going, man?
Great. Game's almost done. Got any Bud Light?
Sorry, I'm fresh out.
Fresh out. Fresh out.
Well, I'm out of here.
Hide the Bud Light. Joe's coming over. Hide the Bud Light.
Big Mouth. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Come on, where'd you hide the Bud Light?
It's in the garage. In the garage.
Bowling's top handymen roll into Illinois, looking to hammer out a victory and take home the hardware. It's the True Value Open on ABC's Pro Bowlers Tour next Saturday.
From overhead, we see the battle site, the championship pair, and in the checkered shirt, Walter Ray Williams Jr. with 3 in a row, shooting in the 4th.
Watch his approach. He crossover steps. Walter is like this all the way to the foul line, sliding underneath the shot. Excellent footwork.
Bounce it did. Okay, there's a 4-bagger. Okay, from Richardson, Texas, Del Ballard.
Eugene, Burton's been talking all day about guys needing to bring up the heat, you know, keep the ball speed up. Or what are you going to do today?
Oh, I think Walter's striking with us. I might throw a little more heat than he is.
Okay, I think that's the right strategy. Definitely ball speed.
I think you're right, Del, and nobody can do it better than these two. Here's another one.
Now 5. There were 9 300s here this week. Jess Stayrook had 2. There's this man in Amleto in different years had 7 300s. Sliding by 210.
The ability to adapt is the key to professional bowling. Ron Palombi, one of the great players in the country today, bowling against the man on the tour right now, Walter Ray Williams. And Walter has just adjusted a little bit better. Right now, Ron's got this dilemma. He's got to get the ball to the left of the 2-pin, drive it into the 10. If he doesn't make this, he's in big trouble in the match at the halfway point.
So that open coming in the 5th frame of this Ron Palombi's 2nd match. And with 5 in a row, it's a 52-pin lead by Player of the Year.
Palombi playing a little bigger hook, so he's farther left on the lane, and this is the reason he's getting in trouble. He's going to be sliding in this area. He's going to be hitting around here, and there's heavy oil in this area, so he has to get the ball in the oil and out. A much more difficult shot than Walter's playing.
going for number 6 in a row, Williams.
He is halfway to $100,000. Will be provided by True Value as Paige Pennington. His fiancée seems calm and cool.
I think she's getting used to it. As you said, he bowled 7 perfect games, a tour tying record last year, 4-1 tournament. Halfway this year. Now see the difference in the way Walter's playing. He's playing completely in the dry, just muscling it, and that's the best shot right now.
Number 7, 5 to go, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, you see the ball bouncing as Walter lets that one go, but that delays the hook. But Walter's throwing the ball about 20, 21 miles an hour, holding it on line.
And a double for Ron Palombi. Ron won the first game if you just joined us, 188 to 181. Dave Arnold shooting the 7 pins less. That was the first match. Now we're in our second, and Walter A. Williams Jr.
Possible 238 for Palombi, but it may not be enough. Just got to keep striking Ron and see what happens.
A 2.
Well, right now, Ron Palombi gets the 4th place check, even though it's only the 8th frame, and he becomes a spectator rooting for Walter Ray Williams Jr. Palombi, possible 217. Walter on a mission, has the first 7 strikes in a row, 5 more, $100,000. He's already has the match secured.
Okay. Walter Ray brings his 6'2" frame up on the approach now, using all of it on the right line. In a row, 4 more. I remember when our president of ABC Sports, Dennis Swanson, was on hand, we had a perfect game, and he presented the $100,000 check. Our senior vice president, Dennis Lewin, is here today, so we'll see.
100,000 of that man's nothing. He'd love to give it to Walter Ray.
Oh, yes. Okay. A rest for that man. All right, Ron. Strike from the 9th frame. He's, this man has a chance for a lot. His opponent, Palombi, a $7,500 check, though.
Palombi looks good. He struggled at the beginning of the year, and he's to defend his national championship at Toledo in 2 weeks, and then, of course, he'll be home in March for the Splitfire Spark Plug Open. So he's ready to go, in good shape.
Very fine athlete. High school days in Erie. Here's a major in physics, Cal Poly, Pomona, California.
Ron just getting out of the way as quickly as he can as a courtesy to Walter Ray, who has the first 9 strikes. $195, 4th place, Walter Ray Williams Jr., 3 strikes away from a perfect game, $100,000. Here we go.
Two to go. Last year, a $299 on ABC, and I just hope he makes it, though.
I do, too. He's done just about everything he can do in the last couple of years in the Pro Bowlers Tour. He had that $299 game. He left the 10-pin. I don't think that's going through his mind. It's 1 shot at a time. 2 more to go. The exact same hit he left on the 299, except this time it's 289.
Well, if he can stay with it, he has 2 more games in which maybe he'll shoot one.
You know, Chris, the 10-pin disappeared in the old pinboy days about 40 years ago. That might have been a strike with somebody with that foot mash. He could have knocked that baby out. 289.
Bo, did you ever set pins?
Yes, I did.
Good smile. He's just a wonderful person. I wish all of you could get to know him. He's got so much class. 289 to 195. Okay, we'll be back. Eugene McCune steps in next against Walter Ray. We'll return after this.
Here comes a whole new taste breakthrough. It's got less fat and better taste for you. Not a chip off the same old block. That's right. Got new Pringles right crisps. That's right. Less fat and better taste than this. Right. Better taste than less. Grease the proofs right here you see. That's right. It's not a chip off the same old block. Pringles right crisps. The taste of here.
They ate the same lunch, got the same heartburn, but his antacid is very different. His Tums has calcium. Most antacids don't. Regular Rolaids uses an aluminum salt. This uses aluminum and magnesium. So does this. Of all these, only Tums helps wipe out heartburn and gives you calcium you need every day.
Something my body needs anyway. I like that.
Calcium-rich Tums. That's the one you want.
The Duke Blue Devils host North Carolina State in an ACC clash. Or Cincinnati takes on California. It's Game 1 of the 7-Up Shootout, Sunday on ABC Sports.
Hope you're with us for the last 20 minutes. On the 11th shot with 10 in a row, Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Looks like a good shot, good shot. It must have slipped off his thumb a pinch. The 6-pin doesn't quite get the 10, Chris. The same shot that cost him the 300 at Sayville.
So he shot at 289. We'll meet McCune. This week, the Choice Hotels Tip of the Week spotlights Nelson Burton Jr. on lane conditions.
ABC Sports presents a winning never gets old bowling tip. Brought to you by Quality, Comfort, Clarion, and Sleep Hotels.
One of the keys to enjoying the sport of bowling as we get older is to keep up with modern technology. Years ago, I just looked for the strike line because the lanes were oiled fairly equally gutter to gutter. Once I knew the strike shot, I knew the spare shots. On today's modern bowling lane, that is not true. Most lanes have a heavier oil concentration in the center, so you first must find your strike line around the oil. Then it's important to try a shot down the left and the right because the surface friction is different in order to make the spares. Here I shoot for the 4-7 zone crossing the center of the lane. Then it's important as you warm up to try one in the 6-10 zone. Now you're ready for your play. You've found the left side and the right side and the strike zone, and you can be a winner. And remember, winning never gets old.
Look for future ABC Sports winning never gets old bowling tips. Brought to you by Quality, Comfort, Clarion, and Sleep Hotels.
There are gut balls and gutter balls. And sometimes, the trophy falls. But no matter what, you'll love the bowlers who have it all on ABC Sports Home Video, Bowling the Perfect Game. Call 1-800-4ABC-VCR to order bowling's colorful history. Narrated by Chris Schenkel and Nelson Burton Jr. This collector's home video can be yours to enjoy for only $14.98 plus $3.95 shipping. That's 1-800-4ABC-VCR.
You know, winning never gets old, and neither does saving money. If you're 50 or over, just call 1-800-4CHOICE to reserve a room in any Quality, Comfort, Clarion, or Sleep Hotel. And you can save 30% off the price of your room. That number again, 1-800-4CHOICE. Perfect.
Travelers 50 and over save 30% at Quality, Comfort, Clarion, and Sleep Hotels.
When we asked some denture wearers why they don't use an adhesive, they didn't have a lot to say.
Don't need it.
My dentures fit fine. No problems here.
But after we gave them Fix-A-Dent, they just couldn't say enough.
It's amazing, the difference.
It's a great new feeling of security.
Comfort.
Confidence.
I just plain forget I have them.
That's because Fix-It-Dent adjusts to the unique contours of your dentures and gums, forming a thin, powerful seal for a better hold than you ever thought possible.
I could just kick myself for not doing this sooner.
Find out for yourself what it feels like to Fix-It-Dent and forget it.
Introducing the official PBA sweatshirt, not available in any store. Order now by calling this number. For just $19.99, you'll get a full-cut Fruit of the Loom sweatshirt bearing the official emblem of the PBA Tour, the only one of its kind. Choose either white or gray. We can't guarantee you'll get a strike every time you put this on, but we can guarantee you won't find the official PBA sweatshirt anywhere else.
And don't forget to order a spare.
Call 1-800-214-4200 to order your PBA sweatshirt. Pay just $19.99 plus $3.95 shipping and handling. Credit card orders accepted.
The twice Player of the Year, Walter Ray Williams Jr., 10 in a row, and on the 11th ball left the 10-pin, 289 to Palombi's 195. There he is, Stockton, California. Why don't we go up close and personal with this delightful young man, Walter Ray Williams Jr. Take a look.
The ingredients for a good bowler is somebody who has the eye-hand coordination, and you have to have the ability, the talent. You need the drive. And if I play my game, I'm almost unbeatable. I think that's one of the things that helped me become a better bowler. I was a horseshoe player first, and I had a very good arm swing for my horseshoe career, and I think it helped me become much better in bowling faster without as much practice. Well, my father taught me how to play horseshoes just before I turned 10, and I had such a strong desire to play horseshoes that I went out and practiced every single day for 2 or 3 hours that it wasn't raining, and I got very good very quickly. It was a couple of months. I was actually beating all the players in the area, and within a year I went to the World Horseshoe Tournament and finished second at the Junior Championships, where I got my nickname Deadeye. My degree in physics really, I don't think has helped me become a better professional player. However, I think it's helped me have a different insight as to the way the things look. The horseshoe rotates the way I throw it. If you're looking down on it in a clockwise manner, and it turns 1 1/4 times. The bowling ball, when I let go, is rotating in quite a different manner. In physics turn points, the bowling ball actually slides the entire time it's going down the lane until it rolls out, and then it's rolling. So that gives me a different viewpoint. If there was somebody out there who could say that you could only do one sport, you couldn't play another sport, I don't know, I'd probably have to pick horseshoes over bowling. It's, even though I don't make any money at it, it's what I first did and what I first loved. But don't get me wrong, I do enjoy bowling. If I didn't, I wouldn't be out here on the tour trying to make a living at it.
All right. And is he bowling well today? And I proudly say, my ABC colleagues did a tremendous job on that up close and personal, didn't they?
Chris, one sidebar note. After the first day of qualifying, Walter Ray went to a horseshoe match here in St. Louis, and he said he defeated soundly 4 opponents. Right now, he's, what, 1 match under his belt?
Yep, he went across the river, and he's going to have a match or 2 tonight.
Well, he's got 2 left here if he wants to win his 2nd title of the season. Now, Eugene McCune, the rocket man of professional bowling, qualified 2nd. This is the semifinal match. He leaves nothing in the bag, Chris. When he gets it striking, it's a lot of fun.
A lot of maneuvering before the shot with his grip. That got there quicker than any bowling ball today.
Well, Eugene, just a terrific natural athlete. Tall, powerful. Watch the whip he gets on it. The full push away, the full extension. You don't see many real tall players with this full extension, and he just snaps through it as hard as he can with good wrist action. He still has the youthful timing to snap that wrist through. The only trouble he has is kind of with his attitude sometimes. When things go bad for Eugene, he kind of throws the towel in, but right now he's off to a good start. He has never won a pro tournament yet. This is the semifinal match. Bud Light tournament.
Sliding by, leaving the 2-4-5, and I know his dad, Hall of Famer Don McCune, winced on that one.
We just threw it through the break. I mean, it's like hitting a putt through a little break. You can't throw it so hard that it doesn't take the break. He has the right trajectory, but too much ball speed.
All right, Eugene, from Munster, Indiana, in the northwest corner of the Hoosier State. Stockton, California. 10 in a row, last game. Ten-pin blues.
It's the only thing Walter has left so far, 10-pin after 10 in a row in the first match, a 10-pin here. And one thing that makes Walter so good is his accuracy and his arm acceleration. Let's watch on this spare and on his strike ball how he accelerates that arm through the target.
And a little slower and so smooth. You know, tomorrow night on ABC, it's a special hour of America's Funniest Home Videos, followed by an all-new Lois and Clark. Then Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss star in the network premiere of What About Bob? All tomorrow night, starting at 7, 6 Central on ABC. Striking the third frame. Here in the semifinal game, the winner to meet the tournament leader, Andy Neuer.
Eugene McCune with the full grip. Stretches that large hand over the surface of the ball. Circumference of the ball 27 inches. He's taken up about 6.5 of them with that grip and just lets her rip.
He replays it in his own mind and with body English, doesn't he?
Oh, he's fun to watch. You know,
is.
there's players in every sport that the other players like to go watch, and two of them are out there right now in the semifinal, Walter Ray and the Rocket Man, Eugene McCune. Eugene will be playing about the same place as Walter, outside, playing in the dry part of the lane, just driving the ball straight up the lane. With a double here, he could take the lead.
All but the 5.
I don't know how you make an adjustment when you're throwing that hard. You're throwing it through the break. If he softens the shot up, he may go high, as we saw Dave Arnold struggle with on this left-hand lane. He just has to go a little more direct to the pocket. Spare here, both players will start strike spare, strike spare.
24 match games. He had a record of 17-7. Eugene McCune, we are all even. Now, if you want unique art in St. Louis, a great locale would be the Cathedral of St. Louis, which is home to the largest collection of mosaic art in the world. Believe me, it's truly a breathtaking display.
Is this space taken?
No.
Then I'll sit down.
You want a Bud Light?
Not yet.
Hey, wait a minute. That's my Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
How about a little help here?
The average Grand Prix lasts but a few hours, unless it's a Grand Prix started with a genuine Delco Freedom battery. Because the battery that cranked up every 1993 IndyCar Series winner has the power to help keep your engine in the race for a long life.
Call 1-800-AC-DELCO. It's like buying time.
Keep your car in the running for that extra lap with Delco batteries.
Saturday on the commish.
Horizon, son. They're taking us over.
When Tony's friend is accused of a hate crime, he must prove his innocence. Ernest Borgnine on the commish, Saturday.
To the honorees and the salute to champions tonight, the great Earl Anthony, former president of the Hall of Fame, proprietor, Long Island and Florida, Nick Mamundo. Jack Rackard, chairman of Brunswick, will be the other recipient tonight.
Walter Ray Williams up in the fourth frame. The match is all even. He could take a 10-pin lead with a strike. He looks down at the lane, but we have the luxury of being from the overhead here, and Walter pulled that ball left of target, and it slides. Look at this shot. He's been outside the second arrow, and that time he goes inside the second arrow. Uncharacteristically wild shot by Walter. Leaves the 2-4-5-8 tough spare. He needs this to stay even in the match.
Well, I want to give us... I'll give you a staggering statistic later, but here's a man all ready for the Salute to Champions dinner tonight in the black tie, Del Ballard.
Hi, Andy. The winner of this tournament gets to go to the Hall of Fame banquet tonight. You ready to get fitted for the Tux?
Well, there's a lot of benefits that go with winning this tournament, and it'd be my first title, and I'd like to go to that banquet tonight.
All right, I think he wants to win really bad.
Okay. 4-7 for Walter Ray.
I wonder how Dell got that tux. I mean, I guess he bought himself a ticket. That's
He's got a lot of money.
Well, I know. U.S. Open champion, 2-time. Going to defend that title in Detroit later on this year. As you see, Walter up in the 5th frame, 4-7 spare. He trails by 2.
Okay, he can rest now, and Eugene McCune is up ready to blast one down the lanes. Hung right on the edge. Upcoming stops at $210,000 True Value Open, and get the time 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Peoria time. That's next week. Then 2 weeks from today, we go to Toledo. We're back to our 3 o'clock time slot for the PBA National Championship, Bo.
You're right, Chris, and this is a man who had a chance to win the national championship last year. He lost to Ron Palombi, who was actually in our first match here today. He has a 2-pin lead. He has struggled on the left-hand lane, being light on both shots, the 2-4-5, and then the 5-pin in the 4th frame with a double here. He'd have a 12-pin lead over Walter Ray.
He's 25 years old, 6'1", 165 pounds.
25-second fine for Eugene McCune. He took a little too much time, and it's a $100 fine for taking 25 seconds or more. If he does it again, it'll be $1,000.
Whoops. Walter Ray needed that one. That statistic I wanted to get to, Bo. 2 years ago, when Walter Ray won his 5th World Horseshoe pitching title, 88% ringers in 2,000 pitches.
Ooh. I know he told me when he won, set the record in 1990 with a 92% record. Now, here he is on the lane he struggled with. He needs to just keep that loft up, that speed, be very aggressive, cut the match lead down to 12 pins. Make that 2 pins.
All right. This is our semifinal game. Andy Neuer is waiting in the wings to meet the winner. Downtown St. Louis has many famous landmarks. Here are 2 for the price of 1. The old court horse.
I went from probably 300 miles on a full tank to almost 400.
America is talking about split fire.
I'm probably getting, I would say about 20 miles more per tank full, and that's a lot for me.
And when you're driving a 4-wheel drive vehicle, you need all the extra gas mileage you can get.
I have them on my motorcycle, my boat, and my car.
I love them.
Split fire. At $5.99, it only costs more till you use it.
I don't need some fancy cologne to tell me I'm a man. I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy, don't you think? Skin Bracer Aftershave.
By men. Question. If your cold pill's so good, how come your symptoms keep coming back? Because your pill doesn't work 24 hours. Epidac 24 does. Most cold pills last 6 hours, the rest 12. One Epidac gives consistent relief 24 hours. Epidac keeps cold symptoms from coming back.
Pac-10 powers meet when UCLA invades Arizona or Georgia battles LSU. It's Pizza Hut College basketball next on ABC.
Here at the Bud Light Hall of Fame Championship in the 7th frame, Eugene McCune, a bad shot, leaving the 3-6-9-10, marked with a spare. Now, here in the 8th, he has left the bucket, 2, 4, 5, 8.
This is a combination similar to what he missed to lose the national championship last year. All right with that one, but he's really opened the door for Walter Ray, who has a 6-pin lead, double working 8th frame.
Three in a row.
That up close and personal, Walter Ray's had, though, he reflected on his natural ability. And you see him saw out the 5, drive it over the sideboard, and then luckily take out the 7. That's only a 50% shot when you miss it on the first shot. But you see his natural ability coming through. He was out of time that last time, muscled the ball into the pocket. Now he has a chance to take a 26-pin lead, 9th frame.
Just joined us. He had 10 on the row in the previous game. Left a 10-pin on the 11th shot. Fired a 289 to Ron Palombi's 195.
He spills all the pins over on the left side. The head pin hits on to the 2, the 5 over into the 4-7 zone, and he's put the pressure on Eugene McCune. The best he can bowl is 222. He's still in it.
All this for the Bud Light Hall of Fame Championship.
Eugene, whose dad, Don, was the bowler of the year in 1973, must strike on this ball. Pardon me, Chris, has a possible 222. If he strikes out, he'd force Walter to spare. Just couldn't get untracked on the left-hand lane. The ball hung out there for the first 2 shots on the lane. Then he made an adjustment, hooked it too much. Now he has a 4-9 split. It's inconsequential because he cannot win the match.
His sister, Chris, watching in New Orleans. She's a successful member of the LPBA. Hanging in there and wishing him luck, of course.
Chris, is this domination? Nobody has bowled a 200 game in the championship round except Walter. The other players have bowled 190, 195, 188, 181, and here Walter had a 289 and a possible 248. Solid 7, makes no difference. If he spares and strikes, it'll be 227. It sets up the championship match. It's going to be Walter Ray Williams Jr. against Andy Neuer, the first lefty to bowl for a title this year.
And a man looking for his first win. So it should be something here in the Bud Light Hall of Fame Championship. I'll give you that final score, but this ABC Sports presentation, Professional Bowler Show, will continue.
Gensio puncture-resistant tires on your next trip to New York. I like it. How about you?
Honey! Would you get me a towel? Honey!
Out of paper towels? To a robber, there's something even more repelling you can hang on your wall. In Greek mythology, the gift of fire cost Prometheus his liver. All we're asking is $8.88.
True value. Help is just around the corner.
Sunday, a network television premiere.
Excuse me, officer. Can you make sure he's home by 7? This man is crazy.
Bob's just like one of the family.
I'm sailing!
Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss in What About Bob, Sunday.
Hi, I'm Rick Wagner.
I'm Alicia Richards.
And I'm David Langston, Executive Director of the Capital Region Red Cross. Together, you gave more than $62,000 to the WHTM Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund.
Your donations help now, and your generosity ensures the Red Cross can meet future disasters.
Thanks to the viewers of WHTM, the Red Cross surpassed its goal to have adequate disaster funds on hand for the rest of the fiscal year. Thank you.
For making the Disaster Relief Fund drive a big success.
A perfect game starts with perfect equipment, and Bowler Supply Company is right up your alley. From bags to balls, their all-new location offers a completely stocked showroom, including family fun games like foosball, plus pool, billiard, ping pong, and card game tables. An 11,000-square-foot warehouse features the largest and most complete bowling supply inventory in Central PA. When it comes to bowling supplies and a great selection of family fun games, all roads and alleys lead to Bowler Supply, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, just down the road from Colony Park North, York.
Watch Against All Odds Sunday morning at 9 on WHTM.
With 6 strikes in his second match, Walter Ray Williams Jr. moves into the finals, 226 to 190 over Eugene McCune. In for the salute to champions dinner on the right, All-American Notre Dame's Jerome Bettis, Los Angeles Ram now, and his mother Gladys, who forced him to bowl and probably made him a better person in the Detroit area. Here he is in the 92 Sugar Bowl. Look at that speed for that size, carrying it over a distance of ground. What a great All-American and pro. Speaking of All-Americans, our stage manager and friend Tom Gatewood has a great honor coming up on Monday night. Goes into the Maryland Sports Hall of Fame. It'll be presented by his former high school coach and the New York Giants general manager, George Young. And, of course, Tom played for the Giants. Now, in that Hall of Fame, Babe Ruth, Jimmy Fox, Al Kaline, Pam Shriver, and Edgar Allan Poe. He played football. True story. Okay, congratulations, Tom Gatewood. And bowling bets are coming along fine. We have one to show you next week. So if you have something amazing and humorous, please send the video to us at Bowling Videos, Ansonia Station, Post Office Box 1800, New York, New York, 10023-1800.
Walter Ray, the challenger, as it is in this match. No tournament leader has won a tournament this year. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Chris, if there ever was an underdog in the many matches that we've covered, I have to say Andrew Neuer is that man right now. He's going against the hottest player in many a year on the Pro Bowlers Tour, and Andy has never been in the winner's circle. Here we go. First shot.
He's one of those pros that can, on the approach, seemingly get very relaxed before he shoots.
All right, Andrew Neuer with just an ideal style. He drops that left shoulder a little bit, but swings the ball inside out. He's directly along the target line, playing the critical outside line, and makes a good extended follow-through and gets his patented light hit. Good start.
Smooth. All right. A non-winner in 176 PBA tournaments, yet he won 4 regionals. Andy Neuer with a double, putting some pressure early here on Walter Ray.
Walter Ray, 257 average today. Opponents 192. Domination.
Same lane, he left a 10 pin on the 11th shot. It was 10 in a row.
Walter still playing that outside line, straight up the approach. Good solid footwork, good acceleration with his arm.
4.
Walter voted the best spare maker on the tour, but Chris, when you're only shooting single pin spares, hardly you're not going to miss too many. This guy hits the pocket so much he doesn't shoot any tough spares.
Walter Ray with a new fifth wheeler and a custom-made truck to tow it. Hard-working dude.
Andy Neuer, very methodical, very smooth. A little bit of a inside-out approach. He starts to the left, moves to the outside, has to keep that arm swing close to his body, and he's very tough.
7.
Andy Neuer had one real luxury as he was coming up in pro bowling. Earl Anthony, who was here, he was his coach. As you see the solid 7 left by Neuer, the 4 just jumps over the top of the 7. Anthony took him into his home, worked on his game, and has helped make him the player he is today.
And Earl, of course, watching here prior to tonight at the Salute to Champions dinner, where we'll see Jim Bennett, Jerry Baltz, just everybody in the bowling industry. Earl getting one of the awards.
Earl says that Andy's best assets are his consistent ball speed and his inside our smooth arm swing. The one trouble he has is speed control and nerves. He doesn't have either one there. A perfect shot.
All right, a good close championship match right here at Tropicana Lanes. Today's championship trophy, incidentally, found a roosting place, which is a garden for all seasons, the Missouri Botanical Gardens.
Driver, do you have any Bud Light in your vehicle?
Yes.
And I am Mr. Gally Weekich.
You mean Dr. Galakowitz?
Yes, I am. This is so cool.
First time in a limo? Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
I'm a 35-year-old father, and I love my kids' cereal.
Brave adults express their feelings about life and their love for Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Anxiety, embarrassment, guilt. As far as I'm concerned, it's all part of a complete breakfast.
Those crunchy flakes, that delicious frosting, isn't it time you put it all out on the table?
I know, it's embarrassing, even a little childish. And that's just the box.
There's no denying it. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
National powers collide when Louisville takes on Temple, where Missouri meets arch rival Kansas. It's game 2 of the 7-Up Shootout Sunday on ABC.
Co-proprietors, Tropicana Lanes, Ray Bluth, great champion, Vern Santons, one of his 3 partners, Tino DeFranco, the other.
Ray Bluth, wonderful St. Louis U High graduate here in St. Louis.
Hall of Famer.
Walter Ray Williams Jr. trails by 9.
Next Saturday, the world's best bowlers know where to find a bargain in Illinois. ABC's Pro Bowlers Tour heads to Peoria for the True Value Open at Landmark Lanes. Next Saturday at a special time, 2 Eastern, 1 Central, 3 Pacific on ABC Sports.
Resetting this match, both players tied. The tournament leader has not won this year. As you see the full grip of Walter Ray Williams Jr. 6 frames left.
This week on the Mississippi, next week on the Illinois.
Andrew Neuer, the smooth lefty, been in the pocket 4 times, 1 solid 7, is not qualified for the General Tire Tournament Champions Series, our last telecast in this winter's tour.
There's Angelina Neuer.
Andrew had knee surgery in 1991 on his right knee, says he's fully recovered. And this time, you can see his position very well on the lanes. He's going to be almost straight, and he's going to have a trajectory right out to the edge.
Okay. Watching all this action, Frank Esposito, Johnny Campos, Kevin Shippey. You know, as a follow-up to the earthquake tragedy which befell Eric Forkel just days before the launch of the '94 PBT Tour, we're proud to report that he started his comeback drive this week, finishing 33rd, earning $1,420. Good luck, Eric. Keep going. Birding the split, though.
Chris, Walter Ray is almost too loose, too confident. He was pressed in the 289 game. He was pressed against Eugene McCune. And for some reason, he's very relaxed this game. He's not being aggressive with the downswing, accelerating that arm swing like he was. And he's in danger of drifting high on a few of these shots as that happened in that frame.
And that was a spare in the 6th frame for Walter Ray.
It's one of the reasons you see such good athletes out on a Pro Bowlers Tour today. You have to be well-trained because it's more of a muscular game. It's like a fastball pitcher in baseball. You have to be strong, you have to keep the legs driving, and you can't let up. Right now, Walter trails by 11.
Strike in the 7th.
Position Andrew Neuer has never been in, a chance to take a big lead in a championship match. Here we go.
All right. And you must remember his opponent, the Player of the Year, has a total of 18 second-place finishes, but he has a total of 14 victories. Williams.
You never know your competitive personality until you're under the gun. This man has always been laid back, as I've watched him on the PBA Tour for the last 5 years, but here for the possible championship, he's coming to the top. 21-pin lead, can make it 31/8 frame.
"28 years old, 5'9", 165 pounds, was 42nd last week. Tournament leader this week.
Let's put it on Deadeye. It's must time right here.
A 4.
Walter going at a different pace this game. He's a great player, but he kind of fell asleep there in the middle of the match, being too relaxed and confident. Now he wants to turn it on. It's not like water. You can't just be hot and cold by turning the faucet. He's in trouble. To set it up, Walter Ray Williams Jr., possible 238. Andy Neuer going at a 249 pace. Walter Ray must strike the next 2 frames.
There's one. Last week in the Choice Hotels, he was the top seed, finished second to Norm Duke.
Andy Neuer can change that with a strike right here.
Six in a row.
I hope Angelina can see a scoreboard because her husband has the tournament locked up. All he has to do is avoid a foul or a gutter ball. Best Walter Ray can shoot is 238. Andy, keep it on the lane. You're a new champion, and you've beat the best.
After that, 19 second-place finishes for Walter Ray. Second last week.
He'll be back, but I have to give Chris, I got to give Andrew Neuer credit.
Imagine 176 tournaments, and now you win one.
Well, it's not the score you shot, but it's who you beat. And Walter Ray Williams is the greatest player on the tour today, and Andrew Neuer has beaten him.
Tears of joy.
Angelina to Akron from Pennsylvania is not a very far drive, dear. You better pack up in the end of April because you are going to the General Tire Tournament of Champions.
Call the Tuxedo rental place, Bo. Salute the champions. He will be there, so will Angelina, so will Walter Ray. Oh, yes. .276 for his first victory.
Walter can finish with 238, but
yeah.
What difference? Mike Miller is knocked out of the General Tire Tournament of Champions. Andrew Neuer makes his first trip there. What a sweet victory. And this man will be back.
All right. Gracious winner applauding twice Player of the Year.
Walter's going to average 250 today, Chris, and not a win.
No, and it's a matter of 14,000 difference between 1 and 2.
289, 226, 238.
276, 238. Andy Neuer has won his first PBA championship. All here at the Tropicana Lanes in the St. Louis area. Bud Light Hall of Fame Championship.
Columbia introduces the sharpest experience you've ever had in bowling. We call it the Piranha. Once you get your hands on a Piranha, it'll cut your competition to the bone. Columbia owns the world over.
You know, I'm always teaching bowlers how to put fingers into the shot, not just the ball. But you can also use your fingers to save money. If you're 50 or over, just call 1-800-4-CHOICE, and you can save 30% at choice hotels like Quality, Comfort, Clarion, and Sleep. 30%. Now that's what I call aiming for the pocket.
Travelers 50 and over save 30% at Quality, Comfort, Clarion, and Sleep hotels.
Tom O'Keefe is in the grip of a really tough cold, but he's about to break free with an effervescent rush of relief. Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Pills take time to dissolve, but Alka-Seltzer Plus is ready the moment you take it, rushing powerful medicines to soothe your aches, relieve your runny nose, free your breathing. Nothing rushes relief like Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Yeah, no eagle, no Weber.
There's a story, 276, 238. $30,000 to the champion, 1695.75. And Milton, Pennsylvania has a champion.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Anheuser-Busch for everything they do for us with Bud Light, and Tino and Tony here. They've been great sponsors, and the fans have been absolutely great all week.
Okay, Andy, be back to you in a moment. Right now, Nelson Burton Jr. standing by with Walter Ray Williams Jr. Bo?
Thank you, Chris. Walter Ray, you bowled great today, 251 average. Are you surprised that Andy Neuer, in his first time, came out and bowled that well?
Well, it's not his first time. I mean, he's been trying to do this for a long time, and he's kind of overdue, and I'm kind of glad for him, but I'd rather won.
Well, $30,000 first. That's a small check for you. You passed on those. You'll be out next week for the true value. Good luck.
Thanks.
Back to you, Chris.
Okay, Andy. Tony Ponturo, who is the Anheuser-Busch Vice President of Corporate Media and Sports Marketing, has something that you and Angelina will enjoy. Tony?
Andy, on behalf of Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light, we're very proud to present this check for $30,000 for your first tournament win. We're very happy to present this check to you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Can't wait to do this. Thank you. Boy, I just don't know what to say. I mean, everything went my way all week, and today I got a couple good breaks. What can I say?
Don't break the trophy
I'll try not to.
you're about to get from Tino DeFranco, one of the co-proprietors here. I'm proud to have one of those from Anheuser-Busch. Very proud. Tino, your honors.
Thank you. Oh,
heavy.
On behalf of the Tony and Tino show and my partners, Vern Santons and Ray Bluth, congratulations on being a great champion. You're going to be a great one yourself.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Andy, do you mind if I bring Angelina out here?
No, I don't. Bring her out here.
Angelina, come here. Those tears are wonderful. Can you talk? Okay. You do the talking.
I don't. This should help. My wife's planning on going back to college in the fall, and this should help out a lot.
What are you going to major in?
Physical therapy.
Good for you. Children, adults, or both?
Mostly home care I'd like to do.
Oh, boy. If I ever get sick, I want you to come by.
Okay.
Really. Andy, next week, of course, Peoria?
Yep, I'll be there.
What's the rest of the schedule?
I'm probably going to bowl most of the winter, maybe take 1 week off before the general TSC, and see what happens.
Tell us a little bit about Milton, Pennsylvania.
It's just a small little community, maybe 10,000 people. beautiful, right next to the mountains, next to the Susquehanna River, which is really a beautiful river, and peace and quiet.
Okay, see you at the dinner tonight, the Salute to Champions, which Tony has had a lot to do with Anheuser-Busch. We appreciate everything, and we congratulate you. #1 and more to come.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Andy Neuer with Walter Ray Williams finishing second. Next week, we'll see you on the Illinois River in Peoria at Landmark Lanes for the True Value Open, where if a 300 game is bowled, it will be $200,000 to the person that does it. For Bo Burton, I'm Chris Schenkel. See you next week. The executive producer of ABC Sports is Jack O'Hara. Today's show was produced by Carol Letty, directed by Larry Cam, technical director Michael Carmen, associate director Vince D'Addario, production manager Lynn Cadden, technical operations manager Les Weiss, assistant to the producer Steve Shunk.
The Pro Bowlers Tour has been brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. AC Delco Automotive Parts. AC Delco, it's like buying time. And quality, comfort, Clarion, and Sleep Hotels. Coming up next, ABC Sports presents regional coverage of Pizza Hut College basketball. It's a battle in the Pac-10 as the #8 UCLA Bruins head to the desert to take on the Wildcats of Arizona, or in the SEC...